We're so fortunate to have Gus and Nellie Guzevich of the Polka Family Band to take a little time out from their playing to speak with us today. And Nellie, maybe I'll talk to you a little bit first. You look so attractive in your Mexican outfit,
Thank you very much.
and you add a certain feminine touch to the band.
That's what my husband says. I usually say, gee, I'm going to hang it up. And he says, no, we can't have you do that.
I think it's lovely, and everyone enjoys you and enjoys your singing and your dancing when you're dancing. Now, today you didn't dance. You said you have a little problem with your knee, correct?
Yeah, my therapist told me not to get out and do it right now because he wants me to kind of maybe heal of the knee a couple of more weeks before I do it. So, but I was fortunate to have all those beautiful girls out there.
I'm sure that was you who taught all of the girls, a very good job with that.
It was my daughter. She danced with me before, and then Jody Lakowski had danced with me before, and they took out the other two young women, and my granddaughter Brittany, she's been dancing with me, so they got out there and practiced about maybe 20 minutes, and they caught on.
The girls did a wonderful job, but your little grandson, I think, stole the show.
You're right. He steals the show everywhere we go. He is a riot.
How old is he?
He will be 5 years old on the 22nd of November.
Well, he sure got the rhythm, and he knows how to just capture that audience, I tell you.
He does.
Yes,
really
he
does, yeah.
We're going to go over to Gus just a moment. And Gus, I think you're the head honcho of the band, right?
Well, I'm the head honcho in terms of business sense, but obviously on stage, Hank is the person who handles the music. So we call him the music director.
Oh, I see. He has a title, huh?
Everyone has a title or should.
Of course. How long have you been playing your accordion?
That's hard for me to, probably 30 years. However, I didn't start learning or teach myself until I was 26. So I was a late starter on the accordion compared to like our son-in-law, Rick Benicki, who's been playing since he was 6 years old.
Yes, I know. I know Rick for quite a while, and he does a good job too, but you're fabulous too. And I know it has to be parents like both of you who instill the love of the ethnic polka kind of music to keep these youngsters going.
Well, when I went from Pennsylvania to California, met my wife, and we lived in a subculture that was primarily Hispanic, Mexican, Southern California. Anyone who goes there knows that. You can see the missions and see the mariachis and so on. So our children first played nothing but Mexican music, and we all used to sing in Spanish 4 hours at weddings and baptism and church fiestas. Only later did they learn the Polish side of our heritage, of our family heritage. So they have a very good blend, and what I think it does is it enhances our program because we're unique. Nobody else does that. So,
and with a little bit of country and the Mexican style, I think it's gaining more popularity all the time.
I believe so. There are several schools of thought about that. Some people want pure polka start to finish, and yet we know that people my age and older can't dance polkas for 4 hours straight. That's an impossibility.
No, that's for sure. We'd love to do it, but no, we can't. And I had another thought I was going to ask you. Now it kind of skipped my mind, but this kind of music that you're producing, now you have a background of Polish, Mexican in the band, and there's a little bit of Lithuanian there too, right?
Yes, I am, I guess 1/4 by how you measure those things, 1/4 Lithuanian. And although Hank didn't play anything tonight, we do have about a half a dozen songs that are Lithuanian, and people who are Lithuanian in the crowd, when they hear those, they're very touching because they don't often get to hear the Lithuanian music. And it's very pretty music. It's very melodic.
Yes, we tried to make a different variety when we had our radio program, and then too we'd have calls from someone, oh, I didn't hear that for so long, and there are tears in their eyes, you can hear it.
That's the exact response that we get. Thank you so very much for playing part of my heritage.
And now when you said you were from originally from Pennsylvania, and you went down to California and back, and now I see why you went back to Pennsylvania, right?
Well, it was a terribly serious decision to make because Nellie and I and the boys were all employed, and it's very frightening to think that you're leaving your employment, you have no medical insurance, and you're just going to say, "Dear God, be with us and help us through this." And we never looked back, and we've been very successful. So we're thankful to the Lord.
I guess so. That was a big step.
Yes, it certainly was. It took me about 4 months to get adjusted to moving, So when I hear people, saying that they're hurting because their churches are closing, I know the feeling that they have,
Yes,
leaving
of
my
course.
home and my friends and my family. It was very hard.
I can imagine.
The Lord has blessed me with, even blessed us all with many, many more friends. It was like, they're just out there, they're wonderful people.
Yes, the Polka people seem to be, just very warm, and it's like a big family.
Yes.
And
Wonderful hearts, all of them.
is the part that you're living in right now in Pennsylvania just where you grew up to?
Very close. I'm about, for example, 15 minutes from my mother's home where I was born. So, yes, it's like returning a homecoming for me.
Yes.
And Nellie and our other side of the relatives still are in California, but we see to it that she goes back now and then
Of
to
course.
keep contact.
Well, it's nice that your children are able to enjoy both sides of the roots of the family, and you're doing a fabulous job with your music, and I hope you continue for a long, long time.
With the Lord's help, we'll continue for a long, long time.
That's the spirit.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Bush.
And thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today on Club Polka.
You're quite welcome.
Wonderful.